This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We discuss the importance of tourism in Luzerne County next. Hi everyone, and thank you for your time today. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Visit Luzerne County, formerly the Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau, is turning 25 this year, and the new executive director wants us all to explore our area. You may recognize him from the show Music on the Menu here on SSPTV, and if you don't, you may also want to explore that show as well. Here's today's news feature.
You have a great background in knowing the community very well. You've been in newspaper, you've been in radio, you've done so many things. So you have a very good pulse of what is going on in the area. You know what is happening.
I think I do. When the position became available last year. I had also already been working with the Visitors Bureau a little bit. I was on the committee for the Rock in the River shows for the past couple of years. And so I felt that it was a good opportunity for me, and that I could certainly, hopefully, bring something to the table to help serve the community in this role. And I've been enjoying it very much. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, another big change is that you are moving to a very historic location. So tell us about that. Yeah,
that's something that has been in the works now for a lot, been talked about for years, and really got serious about a year ago. We are moving to the historic train station on Wilkes-Barre Boulevard. Our office has been on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre for about 25 years now. But this is something that my predecessor, Ted Wample, who did a great job in the position for several years, I know it's something he really tried to move along, and it's happening. It's going to be a great spot for us. A lot of people in northeastern Pennsylvania, an entire generation of people, really, going back from maybe 1979, 80 up through the mid-2000s, this building was a popular nightclub. I have not met one person who I've spoken to that when we talk about moving to this train station that hasn't said, I had some great times there, and has a story to tell about the band that they saw, or a wife that they met, or a dinner that they had, and so for us, all of us that grew up in this area over the past 40 years or so, it's Market Street Square or the station. But the history goes back to 1868. I mean, it was a busy railroad line for 100 years. Passenger cars for most of those years. And then the last 10 years or so, more freight trains. But a lot of trains came into that station over the years, a lot of people. I mean, you think about it, presidential visits, people going off to war, people coming home. I think about all the hugs that must have been had, outside that building, with people getting on trains, either coming home or going away, and the tears that were shed. And so, that's a neat history between the nightclub history and the train history, and just what a great looking building it is. The fact that it's in such a prime location right on the boulevard. It'll have better parking for our guests that want to come in to see us at the Visitors Bureau. It's a perfect fit.
When we think of Luzerne County, when we live here, we may not think of tourism, but tourism is big in Luzerne County, and you're hoping to make it even bigger.
Yes. I mean, it's like anybody else. I had a friend of mine who lived in New York City, and I was talking to him one day. He had never been to the Empire State Building. He had never been to the Statue of Liberty. He had never done the Circle Line. He had never done the United Nations, all things that I had done. And I think maybe that's just how it is sometimes. Where you grow up, you don't realize the things that you take advantage. But there's a $1 billion in industry, in business usually, that comes through Luzerne County every year due to tourism. There's over 7,000 jobs that are dependent on tourism. You get a sports tournament that comes into town, like the Keystone Games for 2 weekends in the summer. That's putting millions of dollars into the economy. These people are staying in our hotels. They're eating at our restaurants. They're visiting our attractions. And between events like that, between the attractions that we have, like Mohegan Sun Casino or Mohegan Sun Arena or the F.F. Kirby Center, or our trails, Ricketts Glen State Park was ranked the #1 attraction in northeastern Pennsylvania by a poll that was done about 3 years ago. And if you talk about Ricketts Glen to people from outside of the area, they're all familiar with it. Oh, yeah, we've been there. I mean, I've had those conversations with people from Philadelphia and Allentown. And so these are things right here, the lands at Hillside Farms, the events that we do, something like the Briggs Farm Blues Festival that happens every year, Eckley's Miners Village. I could go on. And these are all things that people come here to see and do. And so it's an important part of the community and our economy.
Today's news feature is brought to you by the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. Need to relax? Book a stay at our indoor pool and dry sauna. Call the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott at 570-453-0300.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
The cold temperatures are sticking around our area this week. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 18 degrees. Wind chill values as low as 0. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around -1. Thursday, sunny with a high near 23 degrees. Thursday night, a 20% chance of snow showers after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 13 degrees. Friday, a chance of snow showers after 8 a.m., cloudy with a high near 30 degrees. We have a 40% chance of precipitation, a 40% chance of snow showers on Friday night. It will be cloudy with a low around 15 degrees. On Saturday, a 40% chance of snow showers before 2 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 21 degrees. And Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 4 degrees. The Crestwood High School girls basketball team stopped a 6-game losing streak in a Wyoming Valley Conference game against Hazelton area. Here's today's SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Lady Comets split the season series with the Lady Cougars, and now Hazelton is a game and a half behind Wilkes-Barre area in the Division I standings. Ashley Plebin led Marion Catholic to victory over Lourdes Regional with 16 points. Shenandoah Valley beat Williams Valley by 9, and Haley Sosna had 13 points for the Lady Devils. Mono area leads Division III of the Schuylkill League, and they beat Minersville in a division crossover game. Allison Babinski and Kaylee Kessock had 11 points for the Lady Bears. North Schuylkill powered past Panther Valley, and they were fueled by Caitlin Himes' 20 points. In boys basketball, Shenandoah Valley beat Minersville with Owen Kozar scoring 18 points. Tamaqua went to overtime to beat Mount Carmel. Connor Dillon led Tamaqua with 27 points. In the poll, Tamaqua swam past Schuylkill Haven. The girls' meet was tied going into the final event when Tamaqua's Lexi Buchala, Isabella Jones, Gabby Blasco, and Mara Walker teamed up to win the 400 freestyle relay. SSPTV News will be right back.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joan A. Bonner of Beaverbrook, the Joseph B. Conant Funeral Home, went out to their arrangements. Helen Cortez, age 94 of Hazel Township. Mass will be on Friday at 10 a.m. at Our Lady of Grace Church. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Grace Fritz, age 80 of Hazel Township. Services will be held at a later date under the John J. Postey Funeral Home. Joseph R. Glowwatch of Hazelton. A memorial service will be held on February 2nd at 11 a.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. First will be on February 2nd from 10 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Ronald G. Reno, age 75 of Hazelton. Mass will be held on Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church. First will be on Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Fred J. Bonner Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Johnny Zamba, age 79 of Drums. Services will be held at a later date under the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.